Revelation chapter 21, verse 18. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. Shalom Yasharala, peace Israel. Kahalayim La Alahayinawa, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rachak Wadash. All praise to our power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rachak Wadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect individual. Shalom. Job chapter 36, verse 7. He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne. Yeah, he doth establish them forever, and they are exalted. Psalms chapter 122 and verse 4. Beginning at verse 3. Jerusalem is built as a city that's compact together. Whither the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. This is a big thing, man, because we are a part of power that we can't fully comprehend right now. We are a part of something that's beyond this world, beyond this earthly realm, but it's going to be established on this earthly realm, on this earth. Okay? Because as it tells us in the Lord's Prayer, on earth as it is in heaven. Yes, our kingdom will be on the earth, but the order, the prestige and the honor, the majesty, but beginning with the order, that's coming from the heavens. And along with that, the glory. Okay? So what we're a part of is well worth it, man. Okay? It's more than worth it.
Consider the lilies, how they grow. They toil not, they spin not. And yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If then God so clothe the grass, which is today in the field and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O ye of little faith? And seek not ye what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, neither be ye of doubtful mind. For all these things do the nations of the world seek after, and your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. But rather seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom.
Resume Now is America's top resume builder and is now free to start. Just click this video. Get your job 2 times faster.
Flock Freight's patented technology finds and fills the empty spaces on trucks to combine your freight with other.
Good afternoon, everyone.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Kakwadash. All honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to our younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to hopefully out there pushing the word in truth and in sincerity across the 4 winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole flag, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. And what I want to get into, all right, this evening, okay, dealing with hard times are setting in, okay, because dealing with this, the West, all right, these westernized nations, okay, EU, all right, America, all right, different nations, they have been enjoying the privileges and the convenience of a first world country, particularly here in America, which is enjoying, which has enjoyed for decades the privilege of having the world reserve currency. You go back to 1944, okay, which you have, over 60 years of America having the world reserve currency, which made this economy, extremely strong, okay, which gave the American currency a lot of spending power. All right. And the West, particularly here in America, has been pampered and spoiled, all right, by having all this spending power, you know? Oh, man. Yeah. They've been particularly pampered and spoiled, by having all this spending power, all right, in the earth. Okay. America's, when you really go into it, for the longest America middle class, lives, like the upper echelon of the people of other nations, man. You know, the conveniences that Americans have enjoyed for decades, only the privileged, okay, of these other nations get to enjoy those privileges, man. Okay. And now what we're seeing is hard times are setting in, ever since, the lockdowns, with the demic, okay, there has been portions of the economy that have been destroyed, and ultimately we're seeing this man getting ready to do away with the middle class. Now, I want to get a few precepts. Then I got a video I want to go into. Okay, now you go here. Let's get this. All right, and brothers bring it out all the time. But let's get this in Ezekiel 7. Okay, it's the book of Ezekiel. All right, 7, verse 7. It says, "Thus said the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come." And evil goes into bad times. And we come into a time where things are just gonna, drastically get worse. If things all right play out, they're gonna get drastically worse, man. All right, because the powers that be, Esau, Edom, okay, the elites, okay, of these Edomites, all right, they plan to create hard times, all right, to leverage people into their NWO, okay, and then they still have, agenda for depopulation, okay, so they want starvation, they want violence, they want the Jews to continue to take folks out, okay. This is this is all an agenda, but ultimately it's the agenda of Yahweh Bashim al Shai. And Esau, was carrying out, a lot of death, all right, on the left hand side. Okay. So let's go from there. All right. Let's get this in Isaiah. Okay. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 19. All right. It's Isaiah 19 and 14. And it says, "In the Egyptians," okay, the modern day Egyptians are these Americans, "will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim al Shai of hosts." So what we're seeing, all right, is the government becoming fierce against the people, especially over here in America, man. Okay, because they're doing the bidding of the elites. The elites have full control of the governments of the earth. They pretty much have, full control of these governments. That's why they was able to do a global lockdown. Okay, because everyone was under the order of the elites, and the people that's going to suffer the worst are the pampered, entitled, people of America, man. These modern day Egyptians. Okay, now let's get into the video. Okay, I want to get into it. All right, and we'll go from there. So he's gonna, Okay, you look at this guy here, you know he been losing sleep, man. Okay, you can look at this nigga, man. Imagine the spirit he gonna be in when he doesn't know where his next meal is coming from, man. Okay, you can look at this nigga. This nigga losing sleep. Okay, letting the beard grow, collar, collar afflicted. Okay, hey, but this is okay. Where America is going, where everybody's finna be through, man. Okay, and at the end of the day, we're gonna be tested, but we have favor, promised, unto us, man. Okay, yeah. Nathan, look at your uncle, man. God damn, he look, Hey, he catching hell because only bad news is coming, man. Only bad news is coming to the earth, man, especially here in America, man. I'm gonna let it play. All right, he's gonna go into a few things. Oh boy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Full Spectrum Survival, bringing you headlines from America and from around the world. The information that you and your family need to know to make good decisions about tomorrow. It's a fact right now that economists say that they have no idea how the market is continuing to operate at the capacity that it is. The U.S. government and the Federal Reserve together, and corrupt in their own regards in how they have handled your money, are doing everything that they can not to allow a major financial crisis to sweep through the corporate sector. They're basically trying to set up a continuation of the events that they have for the last almost 10 years, that they make money when you make money and they make money when they make you poor. We're starting to see a large amount of economists say that this is simply unable to be continued. There will be a crash very soon. We know that.
And, like you said, you have, these economists, all right, probably those that are in the loop, okay, saying they don't even see how the market is operating on such a high capacity as it is, because it's pretty much on fumes. See, the market is done, okay? They just keep injecting, more, currency, into the economy, but ultimately the market is done. I'm not super savvy with economics, okay? But at the end of the day, the American dollar, this current money system, the currencies of the earth, they're all on fumes, okay? And all it's going to take is them to pull the plug on it. When the Lord put the spirit, okay, on these elites to pull the plug, the money system is done, okay? I say it is operating on bare minimum fumes, okay? And the only reason that it's still going because they have it propped up. But it's only for so long that they're going to have this economy propped up, because what they're doing on the back end, getting everybody ready to go digital. Okay? And when they get there to the point to where they're ready to make the transition mandatory, they're going to pull the plug. Okay? So let's keep going.
This is fact because we're starting to see major global crisis events happen geopolitically. All around our world, we have rumors of war and actual wars.
These are those rhombohedron crystals in your pineal gland. When those crystals become electrically activated, all of a sudden
taking place. We have biological threats and extreme weather events. The things that you can do today to get ready for tomorrow will put your family in a better position given the events that we see transpiring. Reports now show that Chinese artillery is reaching its way closer to the Russian border. They say that it is being prepared for combat readiness. That's according to Xu Feng, a Chinese military analyst. Now, multiple countries around our world have said that if China starts to provide military equipment to Russia in Russia's war with Ukraine, that will be a red line that is crossed. That will send up the flag for World War III. We have the Russians right now threatening again that we are, as the Americans, making World War III into an inevitability. They say that it is everything that they are doing to try to stop it from happening, but that Washington and the United States of America is doing everything that they can to make it a high probability. What do you think about that? Let me know down in the comment box below. 17%, according to reports, of Ukrainians experienced a loss of life in one of their loved ones due to this conflict. Somebody, maybe someone of the relatives, 13% knew somebody who was injured, 13%, while nearly 30% of Ukrainians experienced a separation of family, loss of income, or deteriorating health because of this conflict. This is why you and your family need to do everything you can right now to get ready. 2/3 of Americans expect a housing market crash in the next 12 months. We see a large percentage of them expecting one in the next 3 years as well. Basically, they know the jig is up and that it's only a matter of time until a fire sale happens all throughout the country. Americans are falling behind on their car payments at higher rates than ever, at least higher than the 2007 through 2009 financial crisis, according to reports that we're seeing through Bloomberg. But we have some economists pointing to data sets showing that in many ways, more Americans are falling behind on their car payments than they ever have. From the Bloomberg data, American car payments are experiencing their highest delay rate, topping 2009 numbers. Owners of cars in America are struggling to pay for their automobiles and their notes, resulting in delayed car payments. These delays are reaching new highs. The numbers surpass the previous 2009 numbers for the highest delays. And in fact, in December of the year 2022, the number of subprime auto borrowers with a delay of at least 60 days increased massively. This is a huge increase. In April of 2021, its 7-year low point of 5.67% skyrocketed. This was a significant increase from the rate of delayed car payments during the Great Recession. That peaked at only about 5% in the year 2009. Economists say that people everywhere are struggling. They're having a hard time choosing whether they make their house payment, their car payment, keep the electricity on, or pay for food. The struggle, they say, to make car payments is real. It's coming as the highest interest rates start to really hit the American people. The high auto rates also make it difficult for people to take out new loans. New loan rates grew from 5.15% all the way up to 8% in just 1 year. Now, this could be higher for subprime borrowers that do not qualify for things like positive rates on their automobiles. The struggle, they say, for auto loan borrowers has resulted in higher vehicle repossessions. You're starting to see each one of the things that we have talked about on this channel come into fruition. You're starting to see repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, people making the choice of either living in some form of destitution or poverty, or working extra hours of their life just to get by. Reports say that an example of what is happening is in Manheim Auto, where in auto auction, the company there saw an 11% in 2022 compared to a year before of repossessions. Upon repos, the borrower's credit scores are going to be affected even more. That's going to make it harder for those that have had their vehicles repossessed.
So you see, people are being stretched in. Their money is not covering. And see, America is known for what? Living, in credit. People live in debt to try to uphold a particular lifestyle. People live above their means. You have people who make six figures that are living check to check to try to keep up this particular lifestyle, man. And what's happening is, what's being exposed is everyone living above, a lot of people living above their means, all right? And they're being heavily affected by these changes in prices, man, by different markets and different, sectors, working sectors being, destroyed. Okay, small businesses, okay, the supply chain, things are suffering, and we're seeing, all right, people being stretched in. Okay, and that's the Lord breaking the pride in the earth. If a brother can get that in Isaiah, all right, 2:12, what's that? Ecclesiastes 12:3, how the windows, should be darkened. Okay, the future of the American dream is gone. Okay, People are having to choose to whether have a car or a house. Okay, and some people are losing both. You see, there's a lot of suffering, all right, that's setting into the earth, man. Okay, there's a lot of going without because this earth, because America has been known to what? Live in abundance. Okay, they're carefree, way of living and thinking. You see, and what's happening? Prophecy is causing these hard times to set in. All right, so brother can post, them precepts, Isaiah 2:12. I want to say in the Ecclesiastes 12:3. And whatever precepts brothers got, that come to mind. But let's get this real quick. We'll let it play. And brothers just post whatever precepts come to mind. But these people are suffering, man. Isaiah 2:12 said, "For the days of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low." So as we get closer to the judgment, what we're seeing is America sliding into poverty, man. Okay, because America has been able to just live deliciously, as the scriptures say. But now we're seeing America slide into poverty, man. That's becoming more normal. You see, like you go to Cali, the tent cities, it's almost the homeless population is starting to outnumber, the people with homes. Okay. So what we're seeing is a first world society, all right, crumbling. We're seeing poverty, all right, being distributed amongst these first class citizens, man. Okay. And it's going to get to the point where it's going to get extremely violent, all right, because of poverty, man. Because you look at, the areas where Jake at, a lot of the crimes, okay, that Jake does is based on what? Poverty. You see, when you look at, the things that Jake does, trying to get on, it's all based on poverty. So now you're finna see America turn into a big ghetto, man. People just trying to make it. Okay. Let's say, hey, that Jay-Z, it's a hard knock life, man. But at the end of the day, we have no stakes here. And the Lord, hey, we got nothing to lose and everything to gain, man. You see, and that's the mindset we're going into these times with. This the brother Yasha'Allah, Yahala Al, servant of the hopeful elect, 144. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3 says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble," which is the economists. Okay. And we're seeing that, look, though all the people, the economists that's on the outside looking in, they really, don't have the inside scoop of what's going on. They don't know what to make of this, man. Okay. It says, "And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, and the strong man is the rich." Okay. Because at the end of the day, just because you're rich, that don't mean you with the in crowd, man. They at least only deal with the super rich. Okay. A lot of millionaires finna suffer because America has, I think, 21 million millionaires out of this 330, plus, citizens. They have 21 million millionaires, man. That's a lot of millionaires, man. So you got millions of people that's 100,000aires, there's thousandaires. Okay. So those, it's finna be a suffering, man. It's finna be an extreme downgrade, man. We're finna see millionaires go into third world country or situations, man. Okay. All right. It says, "And the grinders cease," which is the work. Okay. The economy. All right. The different corporations, business. Okay. It says, "Because they are few, and those that look out the windows," okay, and those that look out the windows be darkened. The future is dark. Just like he said, the economists, they don't see how the economy is still going. Certain economists, okay, they like, how the hell is the economy still up and running? Showing this it's a dark future for this society, man. Okay, and it's all to herd everyone, all right, into getting this seat here, man. All right. So I'm gonna let it play some more.
Take out another loan, and we're starting to see a snowballing effect here. According to Experian data, the repossession of a person's vehicle stays on their credit report for anywhere from 5 to 7 years. The time frame that a lender can repossess a vehicle depends purely on the state with which they inside which they reside. Despite this struggle, borrowers are trying their hardest just to get into a vehicle. Why? Because we've set up a system here that you cannot go to work or work close to home and still be able to pay for your own bills. That is, unless you either win the lottery and you have a high paying job that's close to your home, or you are doing everything you can just to stay above float, working above water, stay afloat, working with what you have nearby. Continuing in the economy, Bank of America, the Brian Moynihan of Bank of America, he's the CEO. He said the U.S. must be prepared right now for a huge debt default and a massive recession. Ray Dalio has said that money as we know it is in jeopardy. This goes all the way back to India and other countries foregoing the use of the United States dollar. That is the money as we know it. And it's not just in trouble. There's a world war right now being fought to either retain the USD or, alternatively, to delete it. Businesses are rapidly trying to secure backup generators to handle what they call load shedding, where power companies shut down certain areas for several days in countries around our world. We might have right now a huge energy crisis that they are not even telling us about. I was telling Kelly the other day about that meteor that they saw. They found that it has a growing chance of hitting Earth, causing a massive amount of catastrophic damage on Valentine's Day. I think it was in the year 2042 or 2043. And every week that they gather more data, they say the chance is increasing. It started out as something like 1 out of 2,000, and now it's 1 out of 300. The fact remains that they will not tell you there's a problem until it's too late. They know that people, by and far, are just not built to have the coping mechanisms that they need to get through life, knowing all of the dangers that really exist. But that's what separates you from the rest of the people in the world. You acknowledge is a person.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local
person's brainwashing that just because they have a degree, they're going to get a great paying job, when in effect, all they're going to get is a great amount of debt. They believe that they have to go and work 1/3 to 2/3 of their life just to give that money to somebody else through consumerism, through services, or according to economists, money printing doesn't work the way people seem to think it does. Without understanding how money actually works, it's impossible to start to see the larger puzzle at play. We assume, of course, that we know everything there is about money. Universities at their levels teach the students that governments need money to fund their spending. Central banks then print the money that we use every single day. Banks lend and they multiply customers' money in a fractional reserve banking system. But some economists are saying that is literally all wrong. Our monetary system, according to them, runs on 2 distinct tiers of money. That is, 1, real economy money, potentially inflationary money, and financial sector money. That's
now pretty much he's going to start going into the economy, the nerdy stuff, dealing with economy. But at the end of the day, what we're seeing is more people, going back home with their parents, losing cars. You got parents moving in with their children, okay? Because these lifestyles can't be sustained, okay, with these prices, man. All right? And now we're seeing America being downgraded, okay? We're witnessing America being downgraded on a global scale. And this precept goes into that. This GMS must endure 144K by Isaiah 47:1 says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." And this is America being demoted in the earth. Okay, America was this rich, prosperous, economy was off the chain. It was easy, to sustain a living. Okay, it was easy to support a family. It was easy to have, pay off cars and houses. It was a time it was easier to do these things, man. Okay, but now we're seeing what? A demotion in the earth, man. Now America is sliding into third world poverty, man, and it's gonna be much worse because America, there's more guns in America than people. Okay, so this poverty is going to promote, all right, insane violence. Okay, especially hey, these Edomites that have been on the high horse for so long, because mostly Jake used to barely getting by. Okay, off of off of two blacks and them big 25, big 25-ounce beers. You get Jake, two black and miles, and a beer, one of them 25-ounce beers, and they pretty much be good. But Esau used to trips and used to moving around and having this much money over here and being able to pull out this money and buy their daughter a new car for college and buy their son in high school a new car when he starts driving his first car. The father used to paying for a $10,000 wedding for his daughter, $20,000 wedding. Just charge it to their credit. Hey, that's over, man. Okay, that's done. You see, we're finna see a major decrease in the quality of life in America, man. Okay, and like just you look at the situation the Lord got us in, like hey, we good really, man. We able to sustain ourselves, pay our little bills, still have left a little bit over left to parlay, with the brothers, okay, whatever, parlay with your family a little bit. Hey, it is what it is. We're gonna go into that, as well. But this is the brother Yashala Yahala all. This 2nd Ezra 6:22 says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be empty. And it's sliding into that. Okay, it's sliding into scarcity. It's sliding into extreme, poverty, man. Okay, we're seeing it slide into that point. And see, for us, at the end of the day, we already knew, okay, these things was coming. Okay, but at the end of the day, we're going to be in good case, man. Provisions are made for us elect. Okay, and we know that it's going to be suffering required, to get, to the other side, man. To get to salvation, man, we're going to have to go through the straight gate. We're going to have to be tested. All right, but the Lord see these people finna starve to death, man. The elect not gonna starve to death, man. Okay, these people, all right, are finna suffer horrific deaths and horrific suffering and pain. Okay, the elect not gonna go through those things, man. Okay, favor is gonna kick in on our behalf, man. And even if we have to take the death, guess what? The Lord will give us a spirit to deal, and our works do follow us, man. So we're still gonna be a part of the salvation of Yahushua, man. Okay, because that's the end game for us. You see, these people are finna lose it because everything that they know and desire is within this society, within this system up and functioning, man. Everything we want is within this system crashing, man. Okay, so hey, patience is gonna take us a long way in these times, man. And at the end of the day, hey, we gotta be ready to be charitable. Like Yashawama been speaking on, man. You don't have, hey, brothers gonna have to open up houses, man. It's gonna have to, got to share resources. It's gonna be, like in the time of Acts, man. The reason why Ananias and his wife Sapphira, if I'm saying the name right, they was put to death because they kept back part of the money because they was gathering their money so they can evenly distribute it according to who needed it in the church, man. Because it was a famine in the land. It was hard times. Okay, so we in a time now where charity is gonna have to be at the forefront, man. Being selfless. Okay. Now, I want to start here. This is 1 Timothy 6:7. It said, "For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out." And because hey. Say some brothers gonna be well off, man. But it's gonna have to come a time where brothers gonna have to unload to help the body. Special times we coming into because we not here to think long term. Once this thing really starts collapsing, you know, things get tight and scarce, it ain't gonna be no rebounding to where, okay, we go back to normal using the dollar. Like, nah, when he crashes this thing, when this thing, you know, crashes and as things get scarce, leading to the crash, you know, hey, he's gonna come back with the C-hip. So these things that we got are temporal anyway, man. You know, and the only thing we really gonna be able to do, okay, is help the body, man, according to our ability, man. You know, and it says, verse 8, it says, "And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that be rich, all right, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and the snare." And see, at the end of the day, like I say, food and raiment, like the bare minimum, is pretty much all we need to suffice, man. You know, into the kingdom. We don't have long. Okay, so you know these certain lifestyles that these people are going to kill each other over and bug out over and buy down the need to buy out over. Like, nah, we don't love, okay, these lifestyles of America, man. You know, of course, you know, hey, it feels good to let your hair down, you know, let your hair back a little bit, you know, chill, kick it, parlay, you know. But we coming to the time where those things aren't going to be as expedient, man, you know, and it's going to be more sparingly, okay. And then at the end of the day, hey, we just gonna have to buckle down and just bare minimum this thing out, man, until the favor kick in, man. You know, it said, "But they that will be rich fall into temptation and they snare." Yeah, because a lot of people are going to be snared trying to keep what? Those riches. If you got 50,000 in the banks, 100,000 in the bank, okay, you got so much coming in a week. You have a certain lifestyle that you're enjoying. Okay, and Esau is going to snatch that away at the moment. Okay, and you're going to jump into that snare to try to snatch that lifestyle back out, man. Okay, and that C-hip gonna be waiting on you, man. Okay, the lust of the riches of this world is leading everyone into that snare of the C-hip, man. It says, "And into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced." Okay, yeah, all right. Hey, it's in the spirit, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows, man. And it's gonna be a lot of our people, all right, hey, just gonna get pierced, man, with that device. Okay, because that's where the love of money, the love of this world's money is leading to the C-hip, man. Okay, now I want to jump down verse 1 Timothy 6:17 says, "Charge them that are rich in this world, that they may not be high-minded." Yeah, because you know some brothers have a little more than others, but at the end of the day, there ain't nothing to be high-minded about, man. You know, or it says, "Nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy." Our trust is not in this money, man. Okay, we ain't, you know, we not checking, you know, our bank account on the apps and like, "Oh, we relief, we good, we gonna make it," you know, because pretty much, man, we at the time now we bill money, food, okay, and however, you know, other than everything else is extra, man. You know, at this point, you see, okay, we gotta go through that straight gate. And it said, "They that be good," it said that they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, okay, ready to distribute. You know, so hey, those that have more, just be ready to distribute, man. You know, be ready to put charity on the forefront, man. You know, because at the end of the day, we have this world's good is to get us out of temporary situation, to get us over a particular bridge, okay, within this situation. But ultimately, it's not going to matter at all, man. Everyone is going to be at zero net worth, you know, and have to fully depend on Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, it says, "Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may hold on to eternal life, you know. And the Lord, you know, he rewards, you know, a charitable spirit, man. You know, hey, and these works, you know, those that are able to distribute, you know, the Lord's looking at these things, man. You know, we just being a good steward of the Lord's blessing, man. All we can do is just be the best steward that we can be over the Lord's blessings, man. But at the end of the day, we have no stakes in this society. We're betting against this place, okay, to fall, okay? We're betting against this society, man. So that's the point, you know. I just wanted to touch on that, you know. Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you few sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to our younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully, shalom.